Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's been going viral on TikTok. A Canadian woman of Hispanic descent shared her experience of being detained at the Miami airport. Her video has sparked a massive conversation about discrimination, immigration, and the way people are treated based on their appearance. But this isn't just an isolated incident. It's happening against the backdrop of some major changes in U.S. immigration policy under President Trump's administration. Let's see what she and others have to say about their experiences.
The Miami airport with immigration and deporting people from the airport to watch that as a Canadian, wild. So I want to talk about Miami airport. As you guys know, I went on a cruise from Miami, and guys, the craziest thing happened to me today. So I'm coming back from my cruise, right? I'm coming back. You know, you gotta go through customs. You gotta do all that immigration stuff. Okay, let me show you something. You're crossing in there. They're asking for your passport, and I'm like, here you go, ready to go with my bag down here, trying to cross. I can just sit down and relax, right? So there's this machine. It literally scans your face, right? Officers, so officer will tell you if it's like red or blue. I think it was red, blue, and green or something like that. Mine turned red. I'm like, and on the screen it says, don't quote me on the exact words, but it said something about immigrant. I was like, wait, what? So the officer's like, can you go on that line? Can you follow the yellow line over there? And the officer over there is going to talk to you and ask you some questions for review. What? Excuse me, what? So I go to the yellow line. The officer's there, asks me for my passport. I'm like, here you go, sir. Waiting for him to ask me my questions for review. I'm like, officer, what am I here for? Because my mom and my friend are over there. So why am I here? I don't understand. Takes my passport, but before he looks that it says Canada, he's like, where are you coming from? A cruise. Where did you go? Blah, blah, blah. What is your nationality? Canadian. Oh, you're Canadian. Turns my passport around, sees that it says Canada. I'm just like, yeah, I'm Canadian. So he's asking me all these questions. Number one, how long have you lived in Canada for? Sir, number one, I was born in Canada. Number two, he was like, who are you here with? Pointed out my mom and her friend. Then, number three, how long were you here for? It's been now 14 days. Asking me all those questions. And I was like, what's the point of this? He's like, because you're not a U.S. citizen. Yeah, I know. The reason why my passport says Canada. Are you guys catching my drift here? I'm in that line over there. But mind you, I'm the only one in this line. But then I go into a room. I'm just like, why am I going into this room? I'm Canadian. Anyways, I go into that room and I see a ton of people who are Hispanic in that room. And I'm just like, immigration? Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at mothers and people saying that they use like a work permit to go work somewhere. They're coming back to the States, Miami, but they're being sent home. Is because that little thing that scanned my face, I guess I was like that chosen one. I was chosen to go to that line, thinking that I'm probably an immigrant, illegal in the States, and I am gonna be sent home, like deported. All those people that were in that room were getting deported back to El Salvador, Mexico, Panama, I think it was Guatemala, like so many different places. And then there's people crying, like so hurt, like the screams and stuff. It was sad to see. United States, that is some scary stuff. Wow. So those of you that are living in the States and are not legal in the United States FYI, there's immigration at the airports now trying to catch people who are not US citizens.
Nobody del trabajo a mi casa. Nobody. Es mejor solito que estar mal acompañado.
Alright, bro. Since they're doing a mass deportation, bro, if there's like an ICE person around, I'm gonna act like I'm undocumented and make them do all the hassle just to figure out that I have papers. So I'm gonna literally waste their time. I'm gonna be like, mi no inglés, y inglés yo soy de Mexico, this and that. And they'd be like, papers. No tengo papeles, no papers.
All right, so look, I'm an immigration attorney. That's what I do for work. Here's how I see this whole immigration thing, mass deportations, whatever they're going to call it. Last night, they expanded something called expedited removal for the entire country, all right? What expedited removal means now is that an immigration officer, when they encounter someone who is undocumented in the United States, that person will have to prove to them, to their satisfaction, not a judge, but to the immigration officer, that that person has been continuously physically present in the United States for at least 2 years. If they don't do that, well, they're going to get deported without a hearing. That is expedited removal.
So for tribal members, I'm going to say it is in your best interest to carry around any type of tribal identification. If it's a certificate of Indian blood, a tribal ID, maybe even your social security and your birth certificate. This post has been shared by our Navajo Nation president on Instagram. So if an agent comes up to you and starts asking you questions, these are appropriate steps to do to protect yourself. Ask for identification of the agent. Don't resist. If you are detained and arrested, you exercise your right. And then ask for your local American Civil Liberties Union. So what's basically happening is that a lot of our city natives are being racially profiled. And so to have some type of protection, this is the step that we're going to have to take too.
So what does this all mean? Well, it's clear that immigration is one of the most divisive issues in America right now. Whether you agree with these policies or not, they're reshaping lives, both for those directly impacted and for society as a whole. If you've ever felt judged or treated differently because of where you're from or how you look, you're not alone. And stories like these remind us why it's so important to keep having these conversations. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think these policies are justified, or do they go too far? And don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.